Hello, my wonderful spirit guides. Today I'm going to be reacting to JUDAHX, and I'm going to be reacting to 5 songs from JUDAHX. And some of you might have actually seen that I've reacted to an album by JUDAHX before. So I'm very much excited to get into this because I already know that I liked that album, I like his sound, so I'm very excited about that. If you haven't checked that video out, please do, then definitely come and check this one out. But or you could do it whatever way round you want to. But I'm very much looking forward to it because Judah is a subscriber as well, but he's also a very, very amazing artist. And I don't just mean that musically, I mean he's a very brilliant painter. He also does like lots of like makeup things. He also does lots of dressing up, and he's just like an artist all round. It's amazing. So you should go check out his Instagram as well, because it's definitely really interesting to look through, and like he should just have way more followers, honestly, because he's doing the most, and I love to see it. So yeah, but anyway, let's get into the music. The first song is called, I don't know if I could actually say this, but it's Dirty, Filthy, Nasty War. War with a H next to the W. Well, I bet he's going to say it in the song anyway, so I don't even know why I'm censoring myself, but you know, I try my best. I've also got the lyrics up here on Genius, which is cool. So yeah, let's go. Oh my god, that's so fast. Ooh, tension. I love that, the pitch shift there. Unless it's sang with someone else. Oh my god, it's terrifying. Wow. Oh, and that's the end, and you can just hear the phaser kind of swishing through it. That's cool. Oh my god, what a like interesting little tidbit, you know, like a moment. I feel like it's got some deeper meaning though, for sure. There are actual like bits here where I could click the lyrics, it says what it's about, so that's really cool. On the about section in general, I'll read that. The track is a dig at people I've met who saw me as threatening, competition, or someone to pick on due to how I think and socialise differently. This was inspired by a few times when I was talkative, kind, vulnerable and thoughtful to people, only for them to create problems out of that and accuse me of being fake, flirtatious or wanting something from them and using manipulative tactics. These accusations are quite scary to me. That is an open book in considered fake and threatening when it's quite the opposite. The song was written during an episode of pure frustration. I decided to write from the perspective of someone who was a menacing villain. What if I became evil, a dominant, terrible, bad guy? Ooh, interesting. So I'll go through the lyrics because obviously it was hard to hear them when they're going so fast and so on like that, which I love. But obviously it's fun to look into lyrics too. I'll spread your name like you spread your legs. I'll poison your friends like you poison your body. I'll spread your hate like a disease. I'll get you crying on your knees. Be nothing but thoughtful. You're not even competition. You should have been more careful. If you want to exist, you need permission. Oh yeah, it's just being like, when you've gone through a lot of like pain and like people have said that you're something you're not, you go, well, why don't I just be that then? This is what that looks like. This is, okay, if that's what you're saying I am, I'll show you what that looks like. This is what this whole song kind of feels like. Burst you like a blow-up doll, but I'll damage my aura of purity. Not interested in trader hoes. I want someone with dignity. You're a misogynist. I'm not a basic bitch. I'm not below you, foolish baracco. Oh, what's that mean? In this part, I'm straight up saying the things this person is. Baracco means drunk in Spanish. Ah, okay, cool. And on the bit before, bursting like a dark doll, it says, this states my desire to pursue them, but pursuing them would bring me down to their level and wouldn't be a legitimate connection, but a distraction from a true connection. Trader Hoes is a play on Trader Joe's, which has two meanings. One, a trader hoe could be someone who sleeps and pursues many people at once. They're being traded by everyone. Or two, someone who's easily accessible to everyone in a way where they lose track of who they actually are. Yeah, of course. Oh my God, really cool. I like the double meaning in that. And then at the end it says dirty, filthy, nasty, wretched, horrible, terrible, awful, crooked. Just all like the horrible words you could, you know, call someone really. And then worthless war. Worthless war. Yeah, so interesting. What a cool like starter song to listen to that with deep meaning as well. It's really cool to have like this like little, I knew the tension and like someone had something behind it because it was so like tense in a sense. So it's not just like a, oh, building tension and you get a release. No, it was like a real like frustration is what it was all about really. And like you said, so that's cool. Nice. All right, I'll move on to the next one, and it's called Perm Solution. Let's go. Oh, it's so fun. I like the way that moves. Oh, I love that beat.
Your skin gives me
trypophobia.
Pores so big, maggots live inside its walls.
Oh my God.
Crevices filled with cornflakes made of skin. To the distance, sounds of fucking spread. Your lips have drowned and you're accusing.
Another kind of venomous song.
Of our natural state. I wish you'd avoid me.
I like the harmony.
A poison date.
Oh, I love this kind of freaky.
You're so close, intimate. I fucking hate it here.
This gives me such old school scene sounds.
Brush bristles of your hair always tend to split.
Yeah, this is gonna be like MySpace days, but in like a modern way. So good. I love that.
Being scared of our natural state.
Oh, I love like the big crusher. Giving it that gravel. Oh, that was another cool one. Nice. Okay, I want to know what this one was about now. Okay. This song is about my fear of intimacy, emotionally and physically. I always feel as though I crave closeness with someone, but when the time comes, it scares the shit out of me, and I don't want it anymore. It's like the idea of closeness is something I admire, but actually closeness is intimidating and nerve-wracking. Like seeing someone with a soft, delicate filter versus a 4K HD camera. That's so cool. I really like the way he like intermingles like the metaphor, not really a metaphor, but it's a example, I guess, an example, but like, yeah, that's so cool. So it kind of makes sense with the whole, your face gives me trypophobia, and like, it's that, a lot of people go through this. I'm not saying that Judah goes through this necessarily, but like, some people feel like when they actually get close to someone, there's like that weird realization that you're both human beings. There's almost a detachment from the self where you feel like, ugh, we are like skin and bones and blood and organs, and you become very like scientifical and start looking at it like that. And it's like, how do I find beauty in that? I don't know if that's what he's trying to go at there, but that's a thing, that's a real thing, and it can make intimacy very difficult for sure. Also, I understand the intimacy thing big time, completely. And it says, you're accusing me of being scared of our natural state. I'll wish you avoid me like a poisoned date. This is also a phrase inspired by queer people who hesitate to have physical interactions due to internalized homophobia and religious trauma, in brackets, like myself. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, it actually makes so much sense. Oh, it's like sad though. It's so difficult. And there's so much of that with everything, you know, there's toxic masculinity, and then there's also just being a female. You know what I mean? That can make things hard to be intimate with people because of the different things that we've grown up learning and society has put on us. Yeah. Wow, I really like that one. And like I said, I love the little harmony bits, and the way he's using his creak tone, like that's a really good idea. Like, and Judah, I've heard him sing, and actually he does sound quite good at singing, like really, but like also it's a really good alternative for if you don't want to try too hard with singing. It's a fun way to still make a song sound like a song and sound fun. Like if you think of it like with Marilyn Manson, I know Marilyn Manson, whatever people think this or that about him, whatever he's done, but he had his own special way of that kind of way of singing, which is really cool. And also like even in punk as well, punk singers would basically just shout sing. It's not really singing, you know, in like a beautiful way. You can really use your voice to create different sounds that still makes music sound amazing, if you know what I mean. You don't actually have to be a great singer to be a successful artist. And also, but like I said, Judah is a good singer. You could hear by the harmonies that how like actually quite tight they were and beautiful they sounded in the texture too. But yeah, I really do like this for him though, this kind of creaky tone he's using. Okay, anyway, next song is Letting All My Demons Out. Huh, interesting. Let's go. Oh, they are being let out. Ooh. That darkness to this kind of like somewhat prettiness here.
Feeling like I'm lacking so there's no loveliness. Every time I feel alone, it continues to extend. Screaming internally, letting all the demons out. Then I feel more lonely, the only ones available. Crying externally, no one hears them fall down. Cause I'm so lonely, my tears drop in silence.
It's like contrasting like feelings or like parts, you know? So even with the vocal being like to
Feeling like I lost my soul, overfilled with emptiness, lacking substance and then swow. Laser lolly, restless.
Laser lolly. I love that.
It's a social pain, cause I'm feeling so lonely. It's fucking with my brain. I want comfort when I cry. I want to savor every tear. I want to feel
I did do it.
emotion
Oh,
and
man.
overcome my fear of life.
That little background. Ooh. Nice. Panning. Ooh, that's a nice high note.
All the demons out, then I feel more lonely. The only ones available, crying externally. No one hears them fall down, cause I'm so lonely. My tears drop in silence. Felt like a lost soul, trying to readjust myself. Felt like I wasn't whole.
That's
Trying to justify
interesting.
judgment. Felt like I lost my soul, laying restless.
That's interesting.
I lacked all this inspo, leaving my brain in deep distress.
And then the demons. Sorry, I've got my like camera really dark. That is scary. Really cool. Okay, that one was a little bit more different in the sense it had light and dark, which was really fun, like to play with there. Also at the end with the like kind of broken vocal bit where it was almost like choppy or like it would silence in parts. Interesting because he's there saying felt like I lost my soul, trying to readjust myself, and it's like there was a bit of the audios that were going missing, like losing, so that's getting lost sort of thing. So it's kind of worked well with the lyrics there, and also like the brokenness of like feeling deep distress. Really cool, and just like a cool quality to have, like a cool effect. Feeling like I've lost my soul, there's no liveliness. Every time I feel alone, it continues to extend. Absolutely, it just sounds like depression, really. I'll read it here though. I was feeling like I lost my individuality trying to be appeasing to people in the arts industry, my social circles and the church. I felt like everything that I felt so passionate about became nothing and understimulating. Ooh, yeah, that will really drag you down. Then it says on the every time I feel alone, it continues to extend. It says, this is referring to how I feel every emotion. My moods are always drastically changing and extreme. I can't just feel a little lonely. I'll feel terribly isolated and trapped. Yeah, that sounds like, I don't know, obviously don't know what if Judah has BPD, but I've got BPD, and that's a huge symptom of BPD, feeling emotions to the biggest degree, you know, and rapidly, and they change very quickly too. But when you do feel lonely, you feel like you are the only person in the world, sort of thing. Screaming internally, letting all my demons out. Then I feel more lonely, the only one's available. Oh, that's interesting. Like screaming internally, like he's not obviously being loud about it. He's just like, inside, and then all the demons are coming out. And then he feels more alone because his demons aren't within him anymore. Like it's just even more loneliness. Crying externally, no one hears them fall down because I'm so lonely, my tears drop in silence. Interesting, it goes back to that kind of, you know, does a tree make a sound if it falls in the woods and there's no one around? You know, it's like that sort of thing, but in this case, it's tears. Feeling like I lost my soul, overfilled with emptiness, lacking substance and inspo, lazily restless. Yeah, lazily restless, that's interesting, because it's like no motivation, but like so many ideas, wanting to do different things, like too many ideas almost, and not knowing where to start because you have no motivation. But also, you know, lacking inspiration, lacking substance. It's like that kind of restless because you're waiting for it to come. You're waiting for the next thing to like hit you that will bring you up, get you out of bed and start something. Yeah, I hear that. What's the price to pay to release this social pain? Because I'm feeling so lonely, it's effing with my brain. I want comfort when I cry. I want to savour every tear. I want to feel emotion and overcome my fear of lack. Ooh, okay, so the first bit says, this is referring to my struggle with social cues, stating, what do I have to do to figure all this out? Because losing friends constantly for my lack of understanding is traumatic for me. Of course, that would be traumatic. But it's so good to have that awareness and be like, what is happening? And sometimes you got to think as well, it might not be you, you know, it might not be anything you're doing. Obviously, always look at yourself, but like also look at the other person too, you know what I mean? Like, don't put all the blame on you if you're losing friends, you know, because you obviously made friends in the first place, so there was obviously great qualities about you both, or attractive qualities that may not have been great, maybe toxic even, but there was something that drew you to each other. So, you know, it takes two to tango. With friendships falling apart, it could, and you don't know why necessarily, maybe it could also be like a them problem rather than a you problem. But then it could be a you problem. Who knows? I guess it takes some soul searching. And then he says, like, felt like I lost my soul, all that bit. Yeah, really cool. I'll read the about section too. Letting all my demons out is about losing my authenticity to people pleasing and trying to fit in socially. How I tried to be normal and miserably failed at it. Stirred up feelings of confusion and depression. The lyrics are the best explanation of my experience as a neurodivergent in a social setting. Always feeling out of place mentally and heavily criticised for my lack of understanding. Also the trauma that comes from those experiences. Regarding the production, I made sure to make something happy and quirky to represent how I appear on the outside, while the lyrics share the internal struggle. Yeah, so like the duplicity of that, the contrasting sounds, explained right there. Like the happiness is what he appears to look like, but inside he's very much suffering. Wow, very, very interesting. And I'm sure so many people can relate, truly. So yeah, wow, beautiful and vulnerable song. Next song is called Blurry. Let's go. Kind of ominous, spooky sound. Ooh, the reverb kind of going into the from here to here. It's like he's in a gothic, like, cathedral.
My head is foggy, my thoughts are blurry.
the piano.
Reflection can dwell in dark, my dark. A cycle of conspiracies, never leaving this dark room. I try to shift into my fantasies, but I'm prevented by my glue.
Ooh, those lyrics are great. Wow.
I just want to scream. Mind recites many fantasies.
It's almost like he was going to scream.
Can focus myself on clearing my brain.
This is incredibly unique, and I'm so here for it.
And eyes distract you from my way.
Oh, the harmony there.
Preventing you from seeing my mental head is foggy, my thoughts are blurry. Can't see my reflection, can only dwell in my dark, my dark.
Wow, I feel like that one to me has got to be one of the most unique ones in a way that really transports you to a place. Like I said, I can see like a gothic kind of cathedral, and then when the piano came in, it became like a little bit warmer. There was like a little bit of like a candle, you could imagine like a candle lit piano in the church. It sparked off a lot of colors and thoughts and so on, and all the different like delay moments on the vocal, and like it sounded like little whispers, or not whispers but like mumblings, I don't know, but it could just been the delay, and then the reverbs moving, and it almost sounded thunderous and like impending in parts, you know. Oh my god, it was just like, I just really loved that one. I love all of them, but that one just was different. That was like a real piece of art, like in the form of music. And I know that is, I know what I'm saying, but like, because I could see it like a painted picture as well. Wow. Sight has gone colourless, like a bull blind to blood red. Oh, the alliteration. Bull blind to blood red. Oh, one more time. Bull blind to blood red. Oh, I just want to say that forever. It's like a little, when you're trying to, you know, get your mouth ready for acting or singing, you're like, bull blind to blood red. Bull blind to blood red. But yeah, anyway. Oh, nice. Unmotivated, unsure where to turn. This isn't the adventure that I yearn. Ooh, so just like, again, that kind of depression, that depressive state. Absolutely. And something I can very much relate to at the moment. I've been going through it recently, guys. But yeah, this isn't the adventure that I yearn. And, you know, being like, this isn't what I want. This is actually just getting in the way of great things. This is getting in the way of my path, my ambition, what I want for myself. And it really does get in the way. My head is foggy, my thoughts are blurry. Yeah, of course. Can't see my reflection, can only dwell in my dark. Like, can't even see your reflections, as in like you can't even see who you are anymore. Like, where am I? So you can only dwell in the dark and just, you know, live in those dark thoughts too. A cycle of conspiracies, never leaving this dark room. I tried to shift into my fantasies, but I'm prevented by my gloom. Absolutely, like a cycle of conspiracies, like these dark thoughts that are like telling you lies, basically. And what if this? What if no one really likes me? What if really I shouldn't be here? What if really, you know, all these, what if really I'm talentless? What if really I'm, you know, these are just examples. I'm not saying this is exactly what Judah's thinking, but this is something I go through sometimes, you know. And then trying to shift into my fantasies, like trying to go into like a place where people do love you, you are talented, you are, or you're this, but you can't even get there because you are so depressed that you can't even dream, you can't even get into a fantasy of something beautiful. Like there's literally no capability for it. I just feel like that stanza basically was just fantastic. I love it. And then he goes, I just want to scream, and he goes and it goes into like the piano again, and it's almost like, because with depression it's not necessarily like a feel like, well, it feels like that, but you don't really have the energy to do that, so it is an inward screams. It's like a, and then he's like almost run out of energy to scream. But he says, my mind recites a million essays, can't focus myself on clearing my brain. Yin eyes distract you from my ways, preventing you from seeing my mental acid rain. I wonder if that's like yin as in yin and yang, like your eyes of light and positivity and happiness are almost like they distract you from what darkness I'm feeling, like preventing you from seeing my mental acid rain. And you can just imagine like the acid rain just like absolutely deteriorating him. The lyrics on this are absolutely phenomenal. Like, sorry, but phenom. I'm loving them. Sorry, messing with the lighting as per usual. Let's see here. In the yin-yang symbolism, yin is a symbol of earth, femaleness, darkness, passivity, and absorption. I'm referring to how feminine, brown, and dark my eyes are. They distract people from seeing the intensity of my mind. Oh, that's even more like personal and makes more sense, I guess, actually. So yin is the dark side. I wasn't sure, actually. Yin, yeah, well, it does make sense because it's black and then white. Yeah, yin and yang. Okay, so yin is the dark side, but he's almost representing them as like a light side in the sense of they look so sweet and happy and gentle, but really I'm going through like unreal, unprecedented darkness up in here, you know? Wow. The song is about dissociation and depression. I wanted to make a goth rock / classical piano inspired track with poetic lyrics, literally poetic, and I literally called it a stanza because I was like, it basically is poetry, and I think this is a perfect combination of all of it. It's absolutely done fantastically. Wow, well done, Judah. You are a pure artist, you really are. And I really do recommend everyone goes checks out his Instagram and whatever else he's got going. You'll probably find it through his Instagram and so on. But oh my god, like his music as well on Spotify, of course. But really, he's very creative and vulnerable, and yeah, and I hope you keep doing this forever. You really have got it. But anyway, next song and the last song is called Sinking plus Show Me Your Face. So it's like a single, it says Sinking, and then there's one underneath it called Show Me Your Face. So technically we got 2 songs, which is awesome. But yeah, let's do it. Sinking first.
I think I might have died. These eyes lack light. All these tears I cried drown me tonight. Now I sink so deep into dark emotions.
It's got like a 90s feel.
Paralysis comes to creep.
I hate paralysis. Sleep paralysis. Baseline is
it's worse than you could
interesting.
Think. I continue to sink.
It's just constantly like moving underneath, a moving foundation, traveling. So it like, so I think this will proceed and then it'll go into Show Me Your Face. What's interesting is that like those like little synthy sounds, like reminds me of like an elevator going din din, and obviously they go down, so it's almost like it's sinking, you know, sinking into this like this moody bass sound that's almost like mud, you know, it's like earthy in a way. Oh, a little change up. Ooh. Ooh, the tempo slowing. That is really interesting. Oh, and it's shifting here. Definitely gives me a lot of Sophie here, you know? I'm really intrigued into how it'll go in to show me your face. Oh, it's coming, it's coming. Okay, so actually it doesn't necessarily move into it. Not like a transition, but it does start with that same sound. That's cool. So yeah, this is show me your face. This is cool. That like kind of metal moment in the back. This is unique. Kind of reminds me of 9 Inch Nails here. It just does. Me in a trance. So interesting, like the actual like chords, they're like sad and happy. This is so unique, like what? I'm actually like obsessed. it. That's so cool. It literally reminds me of the last song on the Downward Spiral by 9 Inch Nails. Dynamic wise. That one was like really put me in a trance, but also is super unique. Wow, I'm loving the unique sounds. And sometimes that's something that like we miss with like, you know, like artists that are huge and stuff, like great artists and stuff. But like when you get like the people who are up and coming and are independent and are just trying these things from their bedroom, or you know what I mean, like creating in their room, like I do basically. Like I produce in my room, I've got no label, record label, nothing like that, and I'm personally not like trying to make it in the music industry in that way. I used to want to, but I'm kind of over that now. I love what I do. I love listening to music and talking about it, and then I like making music where I can. I was doing it yesterday actually to try and make myself feel better, and it was really fun actually. But anyway, it's like sometimes we hear awesome things like that that are so unique that, yeah, like I said, it reminded me of 9 Inch Nails, but it was also completely different to anything I'd heard. And it's really, yeah, not being conventional, being totally unconventional, and just expressing yourself in the way that you want to express yourself, that doesn't fit any type of media kind of expectations, if you know what I mean. So yeah, no, that was so cool. And it gave me a lot of Sophie with like the pretending, you know, like that big like sound, and but then with the metal that came in, like the rock bit, like that was really cool. And the way it was really in the background, whereas like rock music, metal music is usually all in your face, but here it was in the background. So it was weird hearing the rock sort of side of it be kind of like pushed to the back. It was almost like there was a power to it, something powerful about that. Wow. But yeah, I'm going to look at the about section. My Sinking EP, which is the first song, was about the times when I allowed myself to zone out into my dark thoughts and let them absorb me, and how it made me crave for light in my spirituality even more. This is basically a long 2-part song. Yeah, and then like obviously here, Show Me Your Face, he's saying, Lord, show me your face, give me the embrace. There was a part of me at one moment that made me think of like asking for death, and I don't mean that in like a, well, no, there's not a light way to say it, is there? But you know what I mean, like, because it's like, you know, you'll never see God's face, like he will never show himself, sort of thing. But I guess when you die, maybe he does. I'm not that versed in religious stuff, which is actually kind of hilarious, because I was talking to my partner earlier about how I was actually really religious at one point when I was about 13, 14. I read a book and it really made me super religious for like a year. And then I was like, something bad happened and I was like, fuck religion. Oh my god, it's like a whole thing. It's a whole story and it's kind of hilarious. But yeah, anyway, I'm not mocking it in any way. I understand what the faith feels like. I really do. And it really did take hold of me for a little while. And I was grateful for that moment. But obviously I know there's a lot of darkness in religion and a lot of light. But anyway, give me an embrace, you know, being hugged by God and being like accepted, loved, of course, that's a great feeling. But show me your face, it's almost like this, like, show me your face, show me who you are, so I can, you know, really believe in you, I guess, you know. I long for the face that, and the almighty embrace, you know, just wanting God to shine some light down on him in some hard times where you are sinking into a deep depression. But okay, with those 5 songs done, that is this video done basically. But absolutely wonderful Judahx. Like I said, links will be in the description. Please do go show some support, even if you go and, you know, DM him or share like one of his songs in your stories or something like that, because it really does help our up-and-coming artists like Judah, who work really hard and are always making music, always doing art, always doing something different, and putting that all into it, even through depression and dark times. So admirable is an understatement. But anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and do consider liking and commenting and subscribing to my channel and so on like that. But yeah, bye.